There we go. Took Tyler so long to find the recording. Let's start this back up. All right, folks, you're listening to the #1 fucking, what are we?
Islamic hip hop, shock jock.
We're rebranding.
How can you say I ain't on Dean? Walk one, mind you, are you dumb? Been praying for about 5 years, and wallahi I ain't
I
missed
can't hear you.
one.
What's up?
What do they call hell in Islam?
Jahannam. We're going straight there with this baby. Dude, Tyler really literally had to go beat off real quick before we started.
You don't understand. We started playing just this for a second, and Tyler started turning red. It was like, turn it off, dude, turn it off. He was like worried he was gonna just start jacking off right at the producer.
Tyler ran. He ran out of the room.
He did. He goes, I gotta go pee.
He's like, I gotta go stick my finger in my urethra and make my dick throw up.
I gotta milk my prostate. Yeah, your finger couldn't reach your prostate.
Have you ever touched your prostate before?
No.
I did the other day. It was wild, dude. I was doing my own.
You can touch it with your own finger?
Oh yeah, you could do your own self.
Oh, I think you need
Well, you got
special gloves that extend your fingers.
You thought there was some kind of a
Some guy with Edward Scissorhands.
Yes.
Some Johnny Depp looking guy's like, I'm here to milk your prostate.
You know what? I'm curious, Tyler. Can you just pull up self prostate exam? I want to see what it looks like.
Should I search this on a private window?
Yeah, I do it on a private window just because, I don't know. You don't want this necessarily on. This isn't our computer. We don't know whose computer it is, to be honest with you. But let's pull it up. Self prostate exam.
Wow. Okay.
Great diagram here.
So this is how to do it yourself?
Yeah. So your prostate, to my understanding, is just right up your butthole. Do women have prostates as well, or is it just guys?
That's a dude thing. Isn't that where the cum is held?
That's what I think. That's where. Yeah, I think that's where the cum is held.
Yeah. So
I hope we're wrong.
No, I think it has something. I know it has something to do with your cum, and I know we should.
like if they massage it, you cum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a doctor when I first got hemorrhoids. I had to go to the doctor and get it checked out. There was a woman doctor, and she kept asking me when's the last time I ejaculated?
Tyler's like, this doctor wants to fuck me, dude.
Somebody's feeling a little flirtatious.
She asked me and what's funny is I thought she was asking me when's the last time I had sex, so I answered it's been a while.
Honestly, anytime a doctor, male or female, asked me when was the last time I ejaculated, I would get rock hard. It would turn me on so much.
Earlier today and 5 minutes after this meeting is over.
Wait, so what? Hold on. You said the first time you got hemorrhoids. Do you get hemorrhoids regularly? What are hemorrhoids exactly?
I feel like they don't go away. I feel they go away, but it's always some I feel like I got some. It's just fucked up.
It's just not
What is
good.
it from? Is it from pushing too hard?
Yeah, I know exactly when it happened too.
I love
Were you in public when it happened?
No, I was on deployment. And somehow, I don't know if it was the Navy food, I hadn't shit in 4 days. And then I sat down to go to the bathroom, and it was this is gross. It was too big to come out. And I started crying on the toilet.
Yeah.
And I pushed it out, and I now have hemorrhoids forever.
Enron was too big to fail. That shit, Tyler, that was too big to shit.
So what? Do the hemorrhoids they burst veins or something?
Yeah, it's like a blown up vein. Yeah.
Oh.
Like a bubble.
So you get they're there forever for you, huh?
Yeah, I think I have some kind of scarry tissue or something that hemorrhoids can.
From a big cheese shit. Basically, you were just eating a cheese block.
Dude. Wait, so did the shit eventually come out or no?
Yeah, it came out after a while, but lots of tears.
Do hemorrhoids hurt for all the time? Are you always in pain in your asshole?
No. It just depends on if it's swollen or irritated.
What about when you're having sex? Does the cock hurt?
Because because I shit when I have sex. So.
Yeah. Yeah, does the pain shoot to your cock?
No.
There should be, yeah. This is a confusing connection between the two because your asshole's supposed to be connected to your cock. That's what I'm told. That's what they tell me with this prostate thing.
Yeah, I don't understand. So go ahead and pull up
a video.
There it says how to check your prostate wiki how.
Oh, okay, nice. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, that seems scientific. By the way, Tyler is producing from 3,000 feet in the air. What do you call a pilot? Like, do they have it like a general or a lieutenant? Like, is there
No, those are ranks, and there's pilots that have all the different ranks.
But like a pilot on Delta, does he have a?
He can't have a rank.
He's captain.
He's a captain.
Captain.
They just call him captain, right?
Captain. Okay, so Captain Tyler.
I always thought that was condescending when they called him captain. I always thought
It's like how when a Mexican dude doesn't respect me, he calls me boss.
Yeah. I go,
What can I do for you, boss? All right, well, I know I'm getting ripped off.
It's like, just because this guy pilots Delta doesn't mean we have to call him captain, folks, okay? He's a normal guy.
All right, so how to check your prostate. A digital medical exam. It's a little small for me to
You're
see.
deciding whether you need a prostate screening. Okay, scroll down. Let's see. We're just trying to. We
We need pictures.
We've already decided we need one.
Yeah. Okay, so age 50-year-old. Do you see what that says?
Yeah, why is it that? So it says age 50 plus as a dude, you should get your prostate screened. However, if you're an African American, 45 plus, it's probably from all the extra penis they've got going on.
Because it's connected.
Yeah. A big enough cock will take 5 years off your prostate's life. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. I mean, you can't just have everything.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that. Yeah, you can't just have everything in this society. Yeah.
Good Lord.
All right, let's keep scrolling down. Okay.
Yeah, we just want the pictures.
Okay, there's the guy. So we see it. Can you?
Should I put this picture?
Yeah, put this picture up because this is a fucking horrendous looking picture.
Okay, so a guy's having lower back pain. And then
The
what?
diarrhea looks like diarrhea and piss in the
Oh,
toilet
that's a
bowl.
toilet.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's blood is coming out of his asshole.
Oh,
Or his pee.
and piss.
And piss, yeah.
Oh, so if piss and blood comes out of your asshole, you should get your
No, I
prostate
think the
checked.
piss probably came out of his cock, but the
Oh, they have that detailed. They're like, it's not gonna be believable. They just shit.
So more pictures, please.
Okay, scroll down. We're not actually looking to read. We're just looking for good, we're just looking for good pictures. All right, see your doctor. Turn on the side there. Okay, so he's obviously fingering him in the butthole right now.
They shove a camera up there, don't they?
Okay, here's the finger. Okay, there is that. Okay,
Oh, you have to knock him out because he's homophobic. They have to put him. Dude, the only way you're getting in my asshole is if you knock me out cold. That's like my dad. I'll just take the cancer, dude.
Oh, dude, I don't believe my dad's had a prostate exam.
Yeah.
I know
think he's okay with it.
I know for a fact. My dad had prostate cancer, and I think he did. He
He's doing it.
didn't get the exam. They genuinely removed most of my dad's prostate, and he we've never talked about it. There was no conversation about it. Honestly, my dad was hospitalized for like a week and didn't tell me. He was in the Middle East, and my family just kept it a secret from me.
Too uncomfortable to have a talk with you.
He was just not comfortable explaining what was wrong.
Yeah, my prostate is haram.
Dude. Imagine this doctor with that look coming to examine your prostate.
Oh yeah, I'm about to get up in your ass.
He looks incredible. Yeah, he's got a very stern look. I would feel uncomfortable with if I was an African American male. I would be like, "Hi, can I get an African American doctor to put his finger up my ass?"
Yeah.
I don't like the power dynamics going on here.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Do you remember when you entered the military and they put their finger up your ass at MEPS?
Is that how you graduate from the academy?
So when you go in, you have to get a physical before you leave, before you ship out. At this place called MEPS, was that military entrance processing program or something?
Something close to that.
Yeah. And they put Vaseline on their fingers, and the Vaseline hangs out. It just feels like you have cum in your ass. You
it
can't
just
like.
stays wet, dude.
Yeah. It's just like there's like remnants of Vaseline in your asshole, and you feel like you're just shitting yourself. You like constantly. You just feel like all day and you try to wash it, but it's in there, and you don't. It's tough.
Yeah,
It's a brutal day in your life.
Did they make you do the crab walk naked?
Yes.
With like a bunch of dudes.
Yes.
We're all lined up. We're all butt naked,
Yes.
and we have to crab walk across the room.
What for? What is this to do? Just to prank you guys,
To
or?
make sure we're not hiding anything up our ass, I think.
Yeah. Also scoliosis, maybe. I don't know.
Jesus, man, I thought fucking Guantanamo was that.
I know.
It turns out you guys were just doing that to yourselves.
Yeah, we're doing it to ourselves.
That was when
I did think it was weird when they put me on a leash.
They made you guys get to the human pyramid.
Yeah.
You know what? For all the cruelty that Guantanamo was, that was funny. Getting to make it.
Well, that was Abu Ghraib, wasn't it?
Abu Ghraib. You're right.
Abu
You're right.
Ghraib.
But wasn't Abu Ghraib in Guantanamo?
No, that was in Iraq.
It was in
or
Iraq.
maybe
that's
Kuwait.
right.
Might have been Kuwait.
Is that the proper way to say it? Garib?
I mean, it's probably Abu
Everyone says-
Ghraib or something.
Everyone on the news says Abu Ghraib, don't they?
Abu Ghraib.
Ghraib.
Yeah. That just doesn't seem like it's
We
right
see
either.
is that in Kuwait or Iraq?
Guantanamo's still open, by the way. Remember Barack Obama
Yeah, he
was
was
supposed to
gonna close
close
it.
it, and then Trump ran on reopening it. Trump was like, "We should get it. We should get the hours long extended."
Right,
Guantanamo.
yeah, yeah.
Right now, Guantanamo closes at 11 p.m.
He's like, I'm thinking of putting a casino down there.
An Airbnb. I would stay if there was an Airbnb in Guantanamo. I would just stay just for the fucking hell of it.
Dude, it would be so sick if they closed it and he turned it into a Trump Plaza. Guantanamo Bay. But where is it?
Iraq.
It is in Iraq, yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what were you saying?
The Guantanamo Bay stuff was ones where they had like bags on their heads and they were left on their knees for a long time.
Yeah,
and there
yeah.
was waterboarding.
Yeah.
Was a big topic for Guantanamo.
They would like make dogs. I don't even know what the dogs were doing. Like they would just like bark at them while they were naked.
Yeah.
I imagine a dog barking at you while you're naked is extra scary.
Yeah, it's so easy to, but their mouths are dick level.
Right, dick level. They probably did something to your dick to make it look extra tasty to a dog.
Yeah.
You know how they get,
Yeah.
you know how they train drug dogs by like they get the tennis ball and they put like drugs in it and then they make basically the dog think that they're toys whenever they smell drugs.
Yeah. Is that how they do it?
Yeah, that's what they do.
That's so funny.
Isn't that so funny?
Dude, dogs just want to play so bad. They're
When
like,
when a drug dog sniffs and indicates something's going on, it thinks it found like a tennis ball. Basically, is what's going on. So in Guantanamo, they just made the tennis ball smell like Iraqi dick. Just to bite a fucking Iraqi guy's dick off.
yeah, just Zartar seasoning or something.
Speaking of military training, Tyler sent this video to me the other day, and I've been dying to watch it. And I actually didn't watch it in its entirety just because I wanted to watch it on air here.
Man, Artie, okay, so you're in the Navy here?
Yeah.
All right, so you're getting tear gas, but real quick on a uniform question. So I see a woman in her Navy fatigues, her BDUs, and she's wearing a hoodie over them.
Yeah. It's,
That would never be allowed in the Army.
Yeah, definitely. This is it's supposed to be like, I don't know what the rules are, but she is wearing like a military.
This looks like an OxyContin documentary in West Virginia.
Yeah. And Tyler, by the way, is also dressed like he's in gym class, which I also love. Like he looks like he's. When you first sent this to me, I was like, oh, this must have been when Tyler played soccer.
He
when
looks
he was
like
a
he
kid.
goes to a Catholic school, and this is their PE uniform.
Yes. Yeah. So wait, this is in order to get you to pass or something. They got to tase you. What's the deal here?
So they sent me to TAD, which is like temporary assigned duty, to security for 1 year. Mm-hmm. And part of that training is they make you get OC sprayed so that you can legally carry it, I guess.
OC is what does OC
It's like
stand for?
pepper spray.
Okay.
But we never carried it.
Yeah.
I tried every way to get out of this. I tried to take leave when I knew they scheduled this,
Uh-huh.
and they wouldn't let me do it. I'm like, there's got to be a way out of this.
I gotta tell you, I love it so much that you fucking tried to get out. When I was a kid, I pepper sprayed myself or tear gassed myself in the 8th grade. I found tear gas at my house. I don't know why we had it. I brought it to school, and I really just wanted people to like me. I figured, what's the best way to get people to like me? Tear gas myself.
It's like it made all the IDF people laugh when they were tear gassing me. So I imagine these people will laugh.
I figured there's no better way to get people on my side than to let them know that I also want to hurt me.
Right. I remember I used to get CS gas. That's what we called it. Tear gas. A lot in the Army, and it never really bothered me that much. So much that when we would do the retraining, you have to like retrain and recertify and all that stuff. I would be the guy who would tell people to remove their masks in the CS house, in the gas chamber house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I would be like, all right. I would just sit there because CS really never bothered me, which was really good for riots later on.
Yeah, I was gonna say that must have been great training for when
Yeah.
you were, I don't know, protesting some kind of a building being built on an Indian burial ground or whatever.
I have that. Yeah, Shell Mound Street.
Some kind of a mall opening or something.
I mean, literally in Emeryville, California, there's a Indian burial ground that they built an IKEA on, and then named the street Shell Mound Street. They named it after the graveyard.
To be fair, every piece of IKEA furniture that I've ever built seems like it was haunted by Native American ghosts.
Yeah,
it's never worked properly.
Yeah, no. Okay, so this is what year? 2012?
Yeah.
Tyler, you got great calves. Oh,
You do got good calves. You got good calves.
Yeah, they're decent. Mine are better. But so what is this what happened? Is this, are you the only one doing this at this?
No, it's like a mass thing. But
Okay.
one at a time, and it's kind of like an obstacle thing you have to do after you get sprayed.
Yeah.
So this video is titled "Gazar Getting OC Sprayed." Is this you? You're like, who posted this video?
This was my friend's wife, who I'm sure they're divorced now. I'm sure.
Yeah. Well,
This is our YouTube channel.
so are you. All right, let's not cast any
dare
stones here.
That's a good point.
Yeah, Mr. Glasshouse.
All right, let's.
I'm a press play.
Yeah, fucking get this on the screen. Get this up.
Check right now.
They're calling you Geezy.
Jeezy, yeah.
Look at Tyler twerking his ass.
I know.
I'm nervous as fuck.
He's
I
so
hate-
scared.
Real quick, I think it's such bullshit that the safety is that you cannot be sprayed closer than 3 feet. So they put those sticks down, and then she stands on them and puts her arm up fully extended.
Yeah.
Tyler, I think I could see your hemorrhoid in those shorts.
I was gonna say either you have a sexy ass or you are bursting with hemorrhoids. I can't tell.
All right, let's.
Could be both.
see it.
Look at him breathing. He's gasping for air already.
Tyler's in. By the way, subscribe to the YouTube channel to watch this video in full. We'll have the link in the show notes. Okay, so Tyler has done some.
Yeah, he's already
yeah, they got him.
Let's go, Geezer!
So they sprayed him, and now he's.
This is so corny. It's insane. So right here, I haven't felt it yet.
Let's go, Geezer!
So they've sprayed you, and you have to like hog tie a guy.
Pause it. This is training you to just kill people, but not really. Like
Yeah.
play kill. So yeah, the guy went. So they sprayed Tyler with tear gas, and then he had to put some guy in a comically large padding suit.
Yeah.
He had to put him in an arm bar.
He looks like he's training more for like American Ninja Warrior than
Yeah.
actual warrior.
This looks like rapist training. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, this seems like. Hey, Tyler, can I get the number for this? Maybe I can give my girlfriend classes to this.
Yeah, exactly.
Tyler's out to
Rapist training is 'cause they sprayed.
Tyler's out to kick someone in the balls and tell him to let go of his purse.
So right here, they make us throw punches and yell "get back" while we're doing it. So you'll hear me. But right in the middle of this is when. So like in my head, I had heard that like 1% of people don't get affected by this. And in my head right here, I'm like, oh, maybe I'm one of these people, and I open my eyes up all the way.
Okay, so you're rolling. Now Tyler's so confident right now. He's swinging.
He's throwing really bad punches.
Oh yeah.
He's throwing,
It's affecting me.
yeah, he's
really
really, really
fucked up
bad
right now.
punches. Yeah, you look like a bear in the tranquilizer setting. Look at him.
Okay, now it's starting to kick. It's starting to kick in. You can really see it. Tyler's getting woozy.
The way it works is the liquid dries on your eyeball, so it's like crystals.
going. You gotta keep going.
It's funny to watch Tyler like slowly get woozy.
This video made my mom cry. I'm running the wrong way.
Keep going, Geezer!
When does the egg go on the spoon? Look at you.
Tyler's now whacking a pinata.
He's been training his whole life for this one.
Keep going. Push him. Keep
When does the caramel and the spoon come out?
No, don't touch.
How is this military going to beat China? How do we beat China?
Look how fat everyone is too.
I know.
This is like training for a war that hasn't been fought in 400
It
years.
seems like there is zero supervision, like from officers or anybody who knows what's going on.
All right, so,
Buddy Whitley beat his ass.
What is this?
all right, so now Tyler's done. He's fucking done.
He's falling. You look like a baby crying. You look straight up like a baby.
Keep running. Keep going.
Tyler.
Get back.
All right, these guys, we do not get along.
Why is he in jeans?
Well, there's a dork that runs up in pajamas pretty soon.
Tyler's face is fucking beat red at this point. He can't see where he's going.
This is how poor people get to college. This is what you have to do if you're poor to go to college. This is our reality.
He's down. He's done. They've defeated Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler's over. China wins.
I got a second error, dude.
Look at those calves, dog.
They look great.
He's keeled over.
Now a man in pajamas is punching Tyler.
There's a man. What is this? Dude, the army is so much more organized than this.
Yeah.
This is insane.
So, you know, the camera person could have been a little bit better, but, you know, I'm not going to be.
I ran past the station.
Tyler ran home.
Just ignore that.
Dude, Tyler is weeping right now.
Tyler looks like he's crying. Are you crying? Yeah.
This is my buddy. This is like one of my best friends in the Navy.
And he's just in a coat.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
What is the? How is this the United States
He's wearing our
military?
Ramon shirt. He's got our Ramon shirt on.
When do you collapse? Do you collapse at any point?
I'll tell you the end. What happens at the end.
Hit pause.
This is the last station coming up. It's coming in.
We're coming up to the last station? All right. I guess we'll I mean, we're already here. All right, let's see it. Let's see it. Okay, so now Tyler's fighting a guy, and a man who's dressed like a lobster is fighting Tyler.
He's just like a beetle. Yeah.
This feels like a weird dream. It feels like a dream you would have once you stop doing drugs.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, God.
This guy, he'll take your baton and throw it, and then make you go get it and come back.
What the stick you're hitting with is already padded. Does he need all that? How long did it take him to put that on?
They do this, by the way, for everybody?
Yeah.
Good God, what a waste of taxpayer dollars.
These are the people that are getting discounts at Denny's and we're dropping them into halftime shows.
Yeah.
These are the troops everybody's so hard over.
All right, Tyler's.
This is, you've learned nothing.
No. This is so stupid. I hated every part of being in the Navy.
Tyler's yelling, get down, and the guy's picking Tyler up. Yeah, Tyler! He took down a
He
guy!
got a guy down in an armbar.
Secure your baton.
Okay, here we
Secure
go.
your baton.
Wait about his
Fuck
legs. Watch his
off.
legs.
I hate that.
Grab his legs. Come on, you gotta grab his legs and make sure.
Alright, so now you gotta hog tie this dude who's dressed like a lobster.
So this chick right here fully runs me into a giant pole. Like, I open my eyes, I get my eyes open for a second, and there's a pole, and I just like jump out of the way and I start screaming at her.
Wait, let me see.
Oh,
Do we
killer.
see that or no?
No, it cuts off right before.
Okay, well,
Oh, man.
Tyler,
Let me tell you something. I thought that the army was janky, but holy shit.
I think we
My
should.
friend used to pay 160.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, Ramsey, his eyebrows went up because he heard a pitch.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That ad was a little bit more interesting than Tyler's military training.
What a sloppy, gross, just white trash experience.
Oh, yeah.
We should start making those rules for basically if you want to be produced as
A
podcast.
guest on the pod?
You gotta go through that training.
Dude, it's crazy is like you get reflashes from it. It like comes back at you later on in the
Because
day.
it's a solid. The part that's gassing you is not a gas; it's a solid. And then they do is they like create like some kind of gas to disperse the solids. So if you get CS gassed and then you just hang that shirt up and you put it back on, you'll just get the symptoms all over again because
I
they're just
still
on
think
there.
CS gas is different than this.
Oh, okay.
Because CS gas, remember, that's like, it kind of like felt like you're smelling something burning on a pan, like really hard.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. And this was just like straight pepper, like hot pepper.
Oh, you should have been fine.
Well, we're gonna. Yeah. Ultimately, I think what we all know here is that we're gonna be fine against China. Seeing that kind of training, we're good.
Yeah.
Although, to be honest with you, China's doing some wacky training themselves. There's no way they're not doing some hilariously like
Yeah.
King Dynasty
Yeah.
training.
They're all just leapfrogging each other over the Great Wall. Yeah. I don't understand what's going on, but I know that when the ROK Army came, the Republic of Korea Army came to train with us, because we trained with a lot of different countries because we were in intelligence, so we share information with people and train with them. I was like, dude, if there were more Koreans, they would rule. I mean, their military was fierce, dude.
Koreans are badass fucking people, dude. I fucking love Koreans. They are very disciplined. They're fucking wild. They're kind of American-ish in the way that it's like they took kind of all the good parts of America and then kind of mashed them in with the good parts of being Asian. Whereas China took all the bad parts of being American, like the capitalism and the exploitation and the slavery and all that stuff. And then they sort of mashed that into the worst parts of Asian culture. And that's how they got their thing. So, you know, that doesn't surprise me at all that the Korean Army was badass as shit.
Every one of those dudes could have beat my ass. They were kicking their own foreheads. Like,
oh, hell yeah.
Dude, the limberness.
Were they doing it where they do the straight kick, or were they doing it where you do the hacky sack kick?
No, they're doing a straight kick.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and I was kidding, though. They weren't all kicking their face.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe one guy did.
But I just meant they were very flexible.
Oh, okay.
But they would do all that bone hardening shit where they kick each other's shins.
Yeah. I've been a big fan. I've been a fan of Koreans way before America was into Koreans. Way back when people were making fun of them for eating shrimp chips, I was a fucking fan of the
Shrimp
Koreans.
chips are great.
They're delicious. But look, when I was a kid, people made fun of them for that. Like, this fucking weird shrimp and chips. Like, what a crazy combination. And it's not that. It's not that.
Then
You
they
know.
went and got a Mexican pizza from Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Which is the most insane piece of food I've ever seen in my life.
Well, look, it was me who was making fun of them for the shrimp chips. But it just didn't make sense to me. You couldn't have a chicken chip. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Nonetheless. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I think we're fired up. Let's get it going. I'm fucking wiped, dude. I came back from, I'm so fucking done with this shit, dude. I fucking was gone all weekend. I went to San Diego Friday night, Saturday night, went up to Fresno Sunday night, all to make negative $75 and perform for the worst and dumbest audiences I've ever met in my entire life.
Really? San Diego?
San Diego is some of the fucking stupidest people on the planet that live. Let me say this.
I generally like San Diego shows.
Some San Diego shows are good. Some people in San Diego are fine. The place that I performed is literally, I mean, I don't know if they go to like some kind of a head injury sort of clinic and pull all the audience members from there, but just really stupid, fucking hot.
Head injury clinic.
They're just super hot, you know, just like super hot.
Super hot. Everybody's
What
hot.
part of San Diego?
The Gas Lamp,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Madhouse Comedy Club.
Yeah.
Just the worst fucking comedy club on the goddamn planet. I don't care if they never have me back. I fucking hate that place.
Last
dude.
time I went to Madhouse, on my walk there from where I parked was like, it's like 2 blocks, but that is an extremely homeless part of San Diego.
Yeah, their homeless are way wilder. Than
Yeah, dude. I was just there a little bit ago and a couple months ago, and this woman was just and, like screaming on all fours. And like when she would scream, it's almost like how a cat's back moves when they meow, and people are just like, just like kind of skipping around her. She was retching.
Wherever you go, especially, I think there's like a, you know, people ignore the homeless population but I think San Diego is such a fucked up place that they ignore them even harder.
Yeah.
And they just get louder. And I think there's also a big, because San Diego is such a big military town. I bet you a lot of those guys were vets or, you know,
kicked out
of the military. So like they're extra crazy because they know military secrets.
Yeah.
They actually know the shit that they're yelling about.
Yeah, exactly. They actually have a chip in their brain.
Yeah. They're screaming like shit that you're like, all right, whatever. But it's like, no, they're serious. They know it.
No.
North Korea really did.
Just launch a missile. Yeah. I've never heard retching like that in my life. It was disgusting. And then you got to go like tell jokes. I mean, that neighborhood is kind of upsetting.
It is.
Yeah. What about Fresno? What was that like?
Downtown, dude. Fresno is. I mean, I was in the downtown area of Fresno, and that's Central America or Central American. I mean, honestly, it might as well. To be completely honest with everybody, it might as well have been a Central American town that I was performing in. It was. It's a Central California town. Fresno's for those of you outside of California, it's like a farm agriculture based sort of economy.
But it's actually like the 4th or 5th biggest city in the state.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's massive.
it's not like it's not necessarily like a small town, whatever, but it's a lot of people own farms and do whatever, but their downtown area, I mean, just building after building that just gave up on itself and collapsed, and just and just stray dogs. You know, have you ever seen like dogs that are stray where you're like, I don't even know what fucking breed of dog this is.
Yeah. It's like, it's not a coyote. It's not a hyena.
Yeah, it's kind of a hyena. It's kind of a jackal. Like,
yeah.
I can see.
They have that mohawk that wild dogs have on their back.
Yes. You're like, holy shit. This is what the Prophet Muhammad was like pissed off about when he was.
Their necks are too thick. Their snouts are too short. You're like, what are you?
Every corner I turned, there was a stray dog. It was so fucking horrendous, dude. And yeah, I fucking can't do that shit anymore.
There's this guy that roadied for when I was touring Europe with Neon Piss. This guy roadied for us, Aaron Comet Bus, and he wrote popular zines. And he's like a very popular punk zine writer. Yeah. This Comet Bus was the name of his zine. I was a little starstruck when he roadied for us. So right before he was with us, he was filling in for Green Day on drums.
Oh, okay. All right. That's pretty cool. Okay.
And one of the most annoying punk stories, he had Trey Cool's drum set because he goes way back with them, and Trey Cool couldn't go on tour. I think he had a kid or something. So Aaron's filling in. And he was like, his drum kit sounded immaculate. I had to detune it because I wanted my sound. So he just made Trey's $1 million drum kit sound like shit.
Yeah, it sounded like it's a fucking $30 drum set he found at a pawn shop somewhere.
But he said he was in Thailand on tour with them, and he wrote about this in zine. He didn't tell me this. I just read this, but he gave me the zine when we were in Europe. But he said he was in Thailand with Green Day, and he followed a stray dog down the street, and he was just, because he was bored, and he was just following the street, like, where are you going to go?
Yeah.
And he goes a couple blocks, turns around, sees an empty parking lot, and it looks like there's like bags of sand in the parking lot. So he like follows it, like, what the fuck happened here? It was just a parking lot full of dead dogs. There's just a parking lot just full of dead dogs.
Jesus, dude, that is
hundreds and hundreds of dead dogs.
Did he ever get to the bottom of how it all happened?
He got out of there. It smelled.
Lord, dude.
Yeah.
Well, that's basically what Fresno felt like. It was just dude, I just can't I don't know what the fuck. I can't do that shit anymore, man. I really can't.
I did on the other side of this, I did a show the other night in L.A., and it was people...
More like El Gay.
Is that the new drug cartel?
Yeah.
That's the guy who took over for El Chapo.
Yeah.
It's very progressive.
Yeah, well, they got a lot of power now.
But people paid $20 to see this show. It wasn't in a real club. It's a place called The Hollywood Comedy.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this place. It's one of these.
It's an incomplete sentence.
Multi-marketing scheme comedy clubs.
Yeah, everybody. I was on the show and they tried to charge me $20 to get in to do the show. I had to wiggle my way into the show I was booked on.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny is, like, speaking of, like, my point is, like, the audience was great because they paid $20. They invested in it.
Yeah.
And the comics before me were bad. So me and Bruce went up and just destroyed because they had $20 riding on this night.
Yeah.
And I think, like, a lot of those shows in San Diego are free.
They're free. That's the issue. They're free. Dude, they give
Fresno free?
In Fresno, I think it was like the $10 or whatever the fuck. But in San Diego, if you buy at this comedy club that I performed at, if you buy one ticket, it's good for the full year.
They give you a Six Flags ID?
You know what? At the very least, at Six Flags, you have to bring a Coke can. You have to prove that you can bring a Coke can with you. At this club, they were like, do your thing. Like, that's fine. And by the way, they had the worst food on the fucking planet. And it's just like, it sucks when you go to a comedy club and you're like, hey, look, comedy club food is sort of notoriously horrible.
Yeah.
But this place, I went to a McDonald's afterwards because I was like, I can't fucking stomach this horse shit.
I need something clean to throw in there.
Dude, it just jaded me so goddamn badly.
I was at the Bray Improv last night, and I had a hot chicken sandwich. It was pretty good.
I like Bray Improv. That's a good comedy club. And the Orange County Improvs are, like, upgraded, and they're, like, super nice.
Last night I go, so Brea also heavily, like, Mexican.
It's the only working class neighborhood in that part of Orange County. There's 4 sections of Orange County. that area is one of the only working class area of the North Orange County.
So I live in East LA. I drove here from East LA, and it was like, woo! The whole place.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, that is never fucking happened.
Most of them used to live in East LA, and then their dream came true for them, and they moved 7 miles east into Bryan. That's basically why they loved it so much.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
There's nothing makes you love your neighborhood more than if you get to get out of it. And then you can be nostalgic about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. My dad always talks. He was born in project housing, in Munjoy Hill, and yeah, he acts. He's got a fucking hot tub now, so he acts like that's like the greatest neighborhood in the world because he can go sit in his hot tub and think about it. Sure. And not have to live in the project housing.
Vamp for a second while I fix this.
Last night, Bryan Improv, when they were all cheering for East LA, I was like, am I doing good? Like, how trashy is this club? I'm like, am I impressing you guys by saying I live in? They're like, bars on the lower windows only. Wow, you guys are doing great.
But that Bray's in a nice neighborhood. I mean, I
liked it. It looked like Jay Leno's intro to the Tonight Show. It's like has that like 1950s I feel like it's made up. Like what we imagine the 50s is completely invented. I think in the 80s.
Sure. Yes. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it has this like Americana nostalgia that like you feel like you could get a malt shake. You know, somewhere.
Yeah, there's a bunch of fucking weird ass ice cream, like old timey ice cream places.
Oh, dude, I'm a sucker for the diner seats that look like a car.
Or a jukebox on the thing.
Yeah.
Tyler, when you go to those diner seats where they look like a car, do they put you in a car seat when you eat? We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler's the exact same height as me, by the way.
Yeah, but he looks smaller.
Somehow. I don't exactly know how. I'm not sure how.
It's
broader shoulders than me, too.
It's because so much of his height is from his head.
Yeah.
So he has that baby body. Yeah. If you put him upside down, it could be like one of those at-home punching bags that you can punch and they pop right back up.
In fact, I've never seen Tyler. If you watch that video again, every single time Tyler fell, he swung right back up. The momentum picked him right back up.
What size hat do you wear? Is it in the 8s?
No. It's like 7.5.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw up. All right, sorry, I had to get. It got hot in here all of a sudden.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like it didn't. You look like Ryan Long right now with that hair.
What a reference.
Yeah. I figured that part was getting cut out.
No, nothing gets cut out anymore. I don't feel like ever doing that again. Okay, there we go. We're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you okay? Do you need a minute?
I just had a depressing weekend. You get them every once in a while, man. That's the beauty of this business. You get a couple weekends every once in a while where you just sort of want to kill yourself.
Dude, I gotta pull up my phone. I want to, since we're in this neighborhood of topics.
Yeah. Speaking of which, while you pull up your phone, I'll talk to you guys about what I found out recently. The most painless way to kill yourself, if anybody's interested.
Very interested, please.
Now, the thing about killing, and I want to let everybody know, I'm not interested in killing myself, but I am. I've decided to put
like a good deal.
I decided to put together a plan because, look, if you do decide to kill yourself, you want to have that plan already squared away when you have a good state of mind. You don't want to put the plan together while you're suicidal because your head's not in the right place.
If you call the
It's like
hotline,
grocery shopping hungry.
Exactly.
Yeah, you end up with just fruit snacks.
Exactly. You're gonna end up just fucking trying to blow your head off. But then
You're like, how do I slit my throat, set myself on fire, and also put the car on in the garage?
Exactly. And by the way, and you're gonna fail at it, and then you're gonna end up spending the rest of your life lecturing children on the importance of not killing yourself.
Through like one of those electric things on your throat. And you're like, yeah. Ugh.
Look, and
You're
if
gonna be
you're
all shiny.
if you're anything like me, that still sounds better than most day jobs, and that's totally correct.
It's better than doing stand up in Fresno.
It's truly better than doing stand-up in Fresno.
But I was at an all-time low.
Most painless way to kill yourself, according to a Google search I recently did. Apparently, they do this in one of the countries where they're better. One of the European countries where they're better than America.
Yeah.
But for some reason, people are killing themselves a lot. Is it am I blurry? There you go. Yeah, I want to be seen while I'm doing that. While I'm telling people how to kill themselves.
Yeah.
You put a plastic bag over your head, or I guess it doesn't have to be plastic. I suppose it could be paper.
Are you sure though? Paper breathes.
Yeah, it's got to be plastic. I guess you're right.
Yeah.
And helium. Pump helium into the bag and apparently painless way to go. Completely painless. You're out. And look, possibly your last screams will be hilarious too. Goodbye, cruel world. It might be so funny you want to stay alive. No. You may even float for a few seconds.
Die giggling. His last words were tee hee 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 hee. Yeah, that's great. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'll take that one. Take that one with you if you guys want
for
to.
a little bit. So in the progressive country, they're putting bags over heads and pumping helium in there?
Yeah, listen, I'm sure some guy in Norway makes the bags.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're like standard for your head kind of thing.
And it's probably like a Finnish sauna that they pump it into.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what they would use for Tyler's head. Maybe they would put 2 bags together. Or
Yeah, parachute. a tarp. A blue tarp.
They try to put the bag over his head, and he just kind of Howie Mandel's it. Like, it's just his nose only, and he just blows it up.
And he'd be like,
dude, did you hear what Joe Rogan said yesterday?
Most of the things that Tyler says.
Oh my God, Ben Shapiro is such an idiot.
All right. Let's see. How long? Okay, we can start the show right now. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know what the fuck it's called, but welcome to it. Let's get started.
Bryan and the Shake, a Chinese communist podcast, bringing you NPR for men.
Here's the thing. I love Bryan and the Shake. The problem is you're going to spend most of your time telling people how to spell shake.
You think it's a chic.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
But it's shake.
They're going to end up searching Bryan and the Shake, like milkshake. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It'll be confusing. Did you see that this Jordanian there was a brawl that took place in the Jordanian parliamentary, and basically what they were trying to do was amend their constitution, and I guess this is how they do it over there.
Everybody there has a healthy gut.
It's a
healthy gut.
This is this genuinely looks like a brawl at a hookah bar. It really does.
These are well-fed men.
Well-fed men.
Oh, there's a woman.
Nobody. Well, I'm surprised they didn't go for her first. To be honest with you,
the guy below the woman looks like Patton Oswalt.
Nobody is wearing a suit that appears to be purchased. Like everybody's suit is like mismatched. It looks like everyone looks like they're wearing their dad's suit.
Yeah. It looks like these. Yeah, like if you're on one political party, you have to wear a blue jacket, and if you're on another one, you have to wear gray.
I don't see one person who looks lighter than 190 pounds.
Yeah. You see the guy in the upper left corner. That's a big gut move. You got to tuck in the shirt so
put the vest over it.
In case you have to raise your hands, you don't want your belly falling out.
Tucking in a sweater vest.
Yeah, he looks like Matt Foley, the Chris Farley character. Yeah.
All right, hit play on this. Let's take a look at this. All right. Now I want you to critique this as.
What? He poured something on him. Oh!
Yeah, the fat dude got in! The fat dude got in! Hell yeah!
Look at the really old guy just trying to...
Dude, he's fucking hammer fisting this dude.
Oh, they grabbed him by the neck.
I like the dude in the brown suit who's just like, I'm getting hit. The dude in the brown suit.
He knows it's being filmed and his wife won't fuck him if he's not involved.
I like that dude. Oh, man.
I would jump in, too, because this is not violent at all.
What I love about this, too, is every few seconds, somebody who you didn't think had anything to do with the fight gets involved in the fight. One dude seems to be getting the brunt of it in the middle.
How come there's just one guy dressed like a Saudi?
He's from the Bedouin, there's a Bedouin sort of faction of the country. Dude, Jordan is wild because you'll go through Jordan and it'll be like this is the capital of Jordan is Amman, and it's like a regular capital city, a lot of government buildings and what have you, but you'll get like a couple miles into the city and you'll just see a fucking what looks like today what we would think is like a homeless encampment, but it's just Bedouins and they just don't want to live indoors.
Right. Do they have tent situations?
They got tents. They got camels that they farm with, and they got whatever. And they just literally they don't go to the stores. They just sort of live that Bedouin lifestyle.
They milk their goats and they
do their thing.
Do they have vegetables that they grow?
grow some vegetables, fucking,
Cook on the ground. And
yeah.
I wonder what the life expectancy of them are.
Of a Bedouin is
Yeah.
it's probably better than ever. I love every single week. I consider just going back to the Bedouin lifestyle.
Back?
Well, my last name is Badawi, which is plural for Bedouin.
Sure, but it wouldn't be a return.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a return for me per se. It would be a return for somebody.
Down the line.
Down the line,
Yeah,
it's sort of like evolution takes place over generations, and de-evolution probably takes place over generations as well.
I know what you were thinking. You were driving down some bullshit freeway from Fresno to L.A. Going through all that dusty, nasty farmland.
Yeah,
just Monsanto land. And you were just like, I'm just going to get out of here, man. I'm just going to go to Jordan. I'm Badawi. That's plural for you know what? I just want to milk a goat.
I'm with it, dude. I fucking sit down because
you can't bring that anxiety to them. You would poison every. You're talking about probably the Bedouins are probably and most nomadic people are probably the least anxious people in the world.
Yeah. Well, maybe because
you think you would absorb.
Maybe I'm anxious because I'm supposed to be sitting on the floor somewhere, drinking a small cup of coffee.
So you're a bird in a cage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to trying to fuck a chick who was promised to me.
Yeah.
For
You're talking to your girlfriend about this. Look, babe, the problem is I'm not meant to be indoors.
It's true,
and nobody gave you to me.
Very true. So to me, you're like a free comedy club ticket. I don't respect you. There's no price. And now, if I paid a few goats for you, maybe I would be a little more interested.
Did you say, or do we know what the amendment was in the Constitution? Did you already say that? I missed it.
Oh, they didn't. What's funny is I don't think they specified what the constitutional amendment was.
It's funny because it's like, what do you care? The king just does what he wants anyway.
It really is.
Like you guys are arguing over nothing. It's fantasy football for you guys.
The Jordanian government in general is just a fucking extension of the British government. It's all whatever. But hey, it was a good fight.
Yeah, it's a good fight. That's up there. But I mean, nothing beats Taiwan. Taiwan's the best
in their
parliament rumbles.
Do they do a lot of parliamentary rumbles in Taiwan?
They get like performance artsy about it. Like there was a farming one where there was a problem where they weren't allowed to export pork. Remember we covered that because they used a growing hormone.
Yeah,
that's like poisonous. So that farmers were bringing in pig guts and throwing them on the.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. They go hard.
Plus, they all know karate over there.
And you know what's funny? The British ones, they all go. I like the way that when they start pounding the table and going.
Yeah, I do like that one. I like that too, but the fighting is better.
Yeah, Boris Johnson's in hot water because he was trying to get some pussy during the lockdown. He was going to some boozy parties.
And he's not allowed to fuck? Or is he married? He's a bachelor, yeah?
I don't know if he's actually trying to get pussy. He was trying to party. I assume pussy was on the table. But basically, he broke the quarantine rules that he was making everybody else live under. I
like that Boris Johnson seems like he always looks like he's wearing his wig backwards.
I know. He does.
It's just like it never really... his hair never looks like it's kept at all.
He falls asleep with his hair wet. That's what that look is. Well, yeah. It's like kind of like... It almost looks like somebody's holding his head like a decapitated head, but the hand is green screened out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What else we got on here?
Let's see. We got a pretty wild one today. We got remember this Saudi Arabian princess who was jailed 3 years ago. They finally let her out. By the way, this is our AI story of the. Remember we used to do the AI generated stories. This is a great AI generated story. I think you'll love this one.
I remember the UAE princess who was locked up.
Oh, we didn't talk about this. This is a Saudi Arabian princess who was locked up for advocating for feminine rights. So obviously,
feminine rights,
women rights.
You're calling rights feminine.
I call I'll do it right now. I'll it's just like okay, freedom of speech, feminine right.
Right to bear arms.
Come on, masculine. Troops can't stay in your place. Feminine, come on, that's fucking
masculine.
You think so?
You don't want a soldier coming in here to fuck your wife.
That's a very good point. Masculine. Number 4, not sure what it is, but probably feminine. Because I didn't listen to it, feminine.
Right to vote.
feminine.
Yeah, very
no, yeah,
feminine.
come on.
Yeah,
Wanting to be heard is a feminine point of view.
Yeah,
it really is.
it really is.
Let's see what else. No slavery.
What about the fast trial? The
Fast trial is masculine.
Yeah,
Get it over with, dog. Speed trial. Let's move on. No cruel and unusual punishment. Feminine. Without a question
I
about
mean,
it.
you're taking the whole creativity process out of punishment.
Yeah.
Unusual punishment. I mean, some people are artists.
Exactly.
What's unusual to you isn't unusual to me.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Women women can vote. That's actually masculine. Yeah,
The
trying
suffrage?
to fuck.
Trying to get pussy.
Trying to fuck.
Yeah.
That's more masculine than you really even realize. Let's see. 20 prohibition.
Oh,
Feminine. You gotta stop drinking.
yeah, very feminine. Repealing a prohibition. Masculine. Yeah.
This is my new favorite bit.
What about the one that isn't there like an abolishment of slavery one or
Yeah,
something?
that one's masculine because it needed to be done. Happy Martin Luther King Day, by the way. We're recording today on Martin Luther King Day.
Oh yeah.
We got Tyler in the studio. He's actually we got him working overtime today because nobody takes a day off. No white people deserve to take a day off on Martin Luther King Day. We're here.
Yeah, especially like non-American whites.
Yeah,
You know, because
exactly.
Tyler's a Mexican white.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, he needs to really like understand the guilt.
Well, yeah, he would get the. In fact, you know how usually like at some places they'll pay you time and a half for coming in on a federal holiday.
Yeah.
We're charging Tyler time and a half.
Yeah, because he needs to know what he did. See, because I was raised in a system where I know what I did.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I get even pay.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
you need to learn.
And I'm from one of the ethnicities that doesn't matter, so it
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
really count in the story.
Right.
We have no point of view here.
Malcolm X is more your guy.
Closer to me. Yeah. I'm more into the Malcolm X style.
Is X?
Have you ever rocked a bow tie?
No, I have not. But you know what? I've often thought about this. If I did become a Nation of Islam guy, my parents would be okay with it. They'd be close enough.
I mean, it's Islam.
We couldn't get you on the OG stuff. This is fine.
Ramsey X. Would you?
Shabazz.
X. That's not.
It's not Islam. I think he
People
was
don't-
like Shabazz.
Yeah,
When he
sure.
became Muslim, Malcolm Shabazz or something, or Shabazz.
Oh, Malcolm X was not when he was.
Yeah, Malcolm X was pre-Islam or post. You know, Malcolm X got killed. Did you ever hear? Well, this may be the Oliver Stone version, so I don't know what the real version of it is. But he got killed after he became more real Islam. He went to Mecca.
He went to Mecca. He decided that we were all one.
He saw that everything was beautiful, and these guys, he's like, men who are like white and black, and no women, by the way, Asian and whatever. They were all together and they're doing the thing, so we're coming back and unity.
So, a Nation of Islam person assassinated him because the message he was sending was.
Because Nation of Islam is rooted in the idea that white man is the sort of direct descendant of the devil.
Yeah.
He's the most evil thing that the devil created.
Right.
Which
So he had to go.
immediately, that's wrong. So
A lot of people say that. What's his name? Khalid.
Sheikh Mohammed,
No. What's his name? Whatever.
DJ Khalid,
The other guy who's
my cousin Khalid,
the guy who called Jews
my
like
other cousin Khalid.
DJ Khaled?
Farrakhan's guy back then. They were together. They think that one of them organized
the killing of Malcolm X. Yeah, well, listen, man.
God, that was a waste of time because I couldn't fucking think. Jesus Christ.
You know what? I like the vibe of today's show. Not every show should. We're coming in at it somber because it's a somber day
Because of Martin Luther King.
because of Martin Luther
Yeah,
King.
yeah.
God bless his soul.
I had to call my dad. I was like, does Florida do that? Does Florida do MLK Day? And he's like, yes. It's a federal holiday. We have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, so he's upset about it.
No, he likes MLK.
Hey, listen, you can't
Nobody
be
hates
upset about a
MLK.
federal holiday. Yeah, you can't be upset about a federal holiday. And by the way, that's such a great kind of almost scheme to be like, listen, if we make it a federal holiday, they'll just like the guy. So
Right.
let's just do that.
Also, yeah, my dad's a federal employee. That's what, so
That's what I live for.
he loves it.
Aren't there states that don't recognize it?
Arizona was what the Public Enemy song. By the time I get to Arizona,
Oh yeah.
it's about how Arizona pushed back really hard. It was like the 90s when they started recognizing Martin Luther King.
Listen, Arizona doesn't even recognize daylight savings time, so it's gonna be a minute for them to get to fucking the MLK Day. But
yeah, they're out there, but it is a federal holiday. But it's the same thing as like California weed's legal. It's like illegal federally.
Yeah.
Here, like,
but if you try to celebrate it in Arizona, you'll be put in jail.
Yeah, exactly. You'll be put in pink underwear and forced to stay in a tent in the middle of the desert.
Although Arizona does have weed. Weed is legal in Arizona. That surprised me. That Arizona weed's legal in Arizona, but it's illegal in Texas. That's I guess that's about right. But yeah, it is.
I would have guessed it was illegal in Arizona.
But they do some they have wackadoodle rules around it where it's like, you can only purchase it for like 45 minutes a day. Like it's fucking ridiculous.
It has to be so. Have you ever been to states like Pennsylvania where you have to buy your beer warm?
Is that how it is? How Pennsylvania is?
Yeah, you can't get cold beer.
And did I tell you? Maybe stop me if I've told you this story. But I was in Arizona recently, and I was smoking a joint on the street, and a cop came up to me, and he just went, "I don't know where the fuck you're from, but you can't do that here. Like, clearly you're not from here."
Right.
And my immediate response was, I looked at the joint, and I looked at the cop, and I went, "I'm so sorry, sir. I'm from Los Angeles. We're garbage over there."
Yeah.
And so he immediately calmed down on that one. And also that he was not ready for me to call him sir. I saw a tear come out of his eye. He hadn't heard somebody refer to him with so much respect.
He turned in his gun and badge later that day. I got what I needed.
He literally, after a year of people pissing in his fucking coffee, somebody called him sir, and he was just like, "Get out of here. Go on, get."
Don't you love when there all those videos after George Floyd where cops were like pranking themselves and then making videos saying that somebody put hair and it's like a full flat top that's in the fucking shake. It's clearly his hair. And he's like ripping his pubes out and putting it on. Look at what they did to my burger. This is our reality.
Somebody wrote pig on my Starbucks coffee cup. It's like, okay, nobody. What? How could anybody do that? Like, it wouldn't even make sense.
Well, your name is Professor. He's private investigator Garrison.
Exactly. He fucking did a mobile order. That fucking loser had automatically printed.
This Saudi Arabia video that we're about to get into, you can tell it's not America because the jeans are just different styles.
No, au contraire. This is an AI generated video. So they, with the way these AI generated videos work is it takes the text, and it just tries to put together a video based on the context of what's being said.
Those are extremely white. I don't know what I was thinking, but it's still not America. You see how one lady's got baggy jeans, one's got bell bottoms on. The other
this
one's
could
got
be like
boot cut.
Missouri, dude. I call it Missouri, by the way.
Yeah, of course you do. You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people.
Folksy Ramsey.
If you hit play on this one, this is one of the best AI generated videos I've ever seen in my entire life.
I can't wait.
Picture in picture this one, Tyler. Okay, let's do this.
Members of the Saudi royal family have been released from custody after almost 3 years.
Okay, there's a baby seal on the.
They're releasing the baby seal from
A
custody.
legal advisor to Princess Basma bin Saud bin Abdulaziz Al Saud.
Now
said
we
let's
see
hear.
it.
Go wait.
Suhaud
We
Al
talked over the
Sharif
name.
had
I want to
been
hear it say
released
the
in
name
past
again.
Few days.
Go back. That's a long name.
And I'm
legal advisor to Princess Basma bin Saud bin Abdulaziz Al Saud said that she and her daughter Suhaud Al Sharif had been released in
now
the past few
you were
days.
seeing what looks like a
I can
legal
confirm that
dictionary in the
two ladies were
background. The
released
guy's
from
underlining a word.
arbitrary
Listen to this
imprisonment and arrived
music.
at their home in Jeddah on January
It's a
6th,
sad story.
said Hen. It is not clear why the authorities have decided to release them now.
Now the
It is
guy's just
believed they are
unloading a
subject to
box
travel
full of
ban,
water.
preventing them from leaving the kingdom.
That's probably Saren.
Princess Basma was arrested
Interrogation.
in March 2019 after appearing to travel
It's just
to
like a
Switzerland for
Law and
medical
Order
treatment.
level
She was
interrogation where the
kept in
light is
maximum
swinging above
security
Looks
them.
like
Al Hol
Egyptian
prison near the
television.
capital, Riyadh. Her daughter Suhaud was held in the same facility.
Now they're building a
However,
facility.
Basma during her time in detention. A series of messages were sent from her Twitter account in April 2020 pleading to be released. She was then allowed to make a brief phone call to a relative in Saudi Arabia in May 2021, during which
This
she
is
discussed
granny porn.
arrangements for her
I
relocation
truly like
from
it's like an
Ramsey,
old folks
according
home
to
and she's looking out the
anonymous
window.
source at the time. The Saudi authorities had told the United
That's an
Nations
authority.
Tyler.
It's a guy speaking into a
We should
microphone.
make Tyler produce in a tie, suit and tie with an American flag behind him. Yes.
However, Esterman said no formal
So
charges.
she was just really quickly just to summarize. She's a princess. She was accused of cyber crimes. They didn't actually, as you can see here, there was no formal charge actually brought up against her. She was in jail for 3 years. This is how Saudi Arabia works.
Cybercrime is tweeting.
Cybercrime is using Google.
Yeah.
All right. I think this is them.
Some kind of mine.
Yeah, that's some kind of a mine. I think so, yeah.
Oh, no.
A number of other high-profile members of the Saudi royal family have been held without charge in recent years amid a crackdown orchestrated by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman on any signs of dissent or opposition. Those affected have included former Crown Prince Mohammed bin Nayef, MBN, and King Salman bin Abdulaziz's brother Prince Ahmed. Some have suggested that Basma's arrest was linked to her friendship with MBN. Others have suggested that powerful figures were trying to force her to relinquish her inheritance from her father, the late King Saud, who ruled from 1953 to 1964.
Oh, she's older.
Basma was also known as an outspoken
Herman
advocate
Cain
of reforms
looks like
in
just
Saudi
speaking.
Arabia.
She was an advocate of reforms.
Yeah.
So that guy's advocating for reforms.
If you're trying to lose belly fat,
How much do you get?
Yeah. This is what she's fighting for, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. This is what Basma's fighting for.
Wow. So, how many princesses are there in Saudi Arabia?
It's like there's so many princesses and princes. Like, you know, if you go down to like Beverly Hills, you go to those like, you know, the Hilton or whatever, or not the Hilton, but you know how they have two hotels. They have like the Hilton and they have like the Bev Hilton, and they're both not associated with one another.
Yeah.
The nicer of the two will regularly have like the top floor just rented out by princes. They have like thousands and thousands of princes,
And they all are loaded.
completely loaded. They're taken care of, but also like there's no This is the kind of place Saudi Arabia is. Even as a prince, there's no promise that you're going to be safe.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I mean, with that many, how could you promise thousands of people safety?
Yeah, exactly.
That's difficult.
What are you?
That's
A country?
Yeah, I know. What's the point of being Saudi Arabia at that point?
I realized recently, I used to be kind of nervous about talking about Saudi Arabia just because I do have family in the Middle East, and I realized I don't really like my family all that much. So I want to start trashing the Saudis publicly just to get them executed.
If only it were that easy for my family.
You know what? Give it a try. Give it a fucking try. You know what I mean? Because the Saudis are pretty powerful. I think as a podcast, we should really just hammer the Saudi Arabians. And if they want to get, you know, Nisreen and Nermeen who live in Amman, that's completely fine. You know,
I have an aunt. I'm not going to name her by name.
if you want to get my uncle Ibrahim, that's completely fine.
Yeah, Ibrahim.
He lives at the 7th Circle in Amman. That's one of the their addresses are all in circles. Kind of like Dante's Hell or whatever.
Yeah.
Dante's Inferno. Yeah. Jahannam. Dante's Jahannam. He lives at the 7th Circle in Amman, and I'll give you his address. Next show, I'm gonna pull up his address, and then I'm gonna trash the Saudis.
So the circles get tighter and tighter, like it's.
You know, it's kind of like
That's a weird way to.
You know how the Saudis have the line that's trying to do? They do a similar thing, I think, in Jordan, where it's like you can live in one of 7 places. Like we know where you're at, basically.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad she's free.
She's completely free. Well, you know, free for a few minutes before she dies. There's a couple of things here that we can get to. We're starting to run tight on time. Let's go straight to I kind of want to show this. So China has a zero tolerance policy for Omicron. This is something that I think is fascinating.
How does that?
If you are tested and you have Omicron in China, you are immediately quarantined in a metal box. There's a city right now that is in complete lockdown, not a person in the streets, because 2 people were detected of having Omicron. China is fucking serious about this thing not existing in their country.
They also apparently are in the Olympics that are happening there real soon in Beijing.
This is what it's based on.
Okay,
so this is what it's based on. Exactly.
Yeah.
I
love this woman.
For more on this, we'll go to our sister station Wyon, which is the That's like, I guess they're like I think this is like a right wing Indian news.
Oh, really? I thought they were kind of HuffPo-y.
They seem
no, because I think they're a little more lefty.
You think they're lefty?
Yeah.
I live in America. We live in America, so if you criticize China, I assume you're on the right.
No. Yeah.
I assume you're a fucking far right extremist.
No. I think they call out like a lot of the abuses of like Modi and stuff.
Okay, hit play on this.
I might be wrong though.
Pakistan will turn to its iron brother China, which is trying to crush the Omicron variant with an iron fist and failing. China's response to the outbreak is
She's so
extreme. It is
sassy.
dragging
she's so
people
hot.
out
Look.
of their homes, cramming them into buses, and locking them up in metal boxes for quarantine. It's a bit
If
of a
you're
deja vu
look at that.
situation. Every time a new variant emerges, China employs aggressive
people in
measures
those
to stamp
boxes?
it out.
Yes, there are people in every one of those
But
boxes.
zero COVID, you see, is an
So what we're
impossible
looking at here is
goal,
like
and
almost
people's
like
patience
imagine
has been
shipping
limited. It has
containers
been
that
crossed.
are like really
There's a
small.
backlash on Chinese
Like they're not even
social
big for
media
shipping
measures.
containers.
You don't need a commercial
The first one
license
is
to,
from Shanghai. It
to
shows
pull
a
it.
mother crying for her
Check
child
out this
who
video right here.
separated from a family when her vaccine passport came out red. China, you see, has these vaccine passports for its citizens. They carry a QR code, and it is scanned every time you step out. If it's green, you're okay, you're good to go. If it's red, they will lock you up right away.
So right now we're looking at a video of a woman who just had her child peeled out of her arms because the kid's unvaccinated. And look, the mom is just fucking screaming while they just take this little child away from her, and
Holy shit.
they're about to lock this kid up in a little crate until he figures out whether they get vaccinated or what, or you know, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't know what the end game here is.
You see how controlled she is? Because she's feeling out of control, but she still can't act out. 'Cause
Yeah.
She knows she'll just get fucking murked.
Look what they're doing to the kids. They got all the kids in the look how cute they look in their little quarantine suits.
Oompa, loompa, doopa-dee-doo.
They look like the actor who played Alf.
Yeah.
So look, they got kids going to quarantine
From
camps.
one of these quarantine camps, it shows a child locked up alone inside a metal box.
Look at this kid.
A CNN report says
Oh
that
my
in
God,
Anyang
this is
city
making me
alone,
cry.
there are at
Maybe
least
Joe Rogan is
4,000 children
I'm telling you, man, people don't realize what the fuck that we're dealing with right now when it comes to China. They're look at it. This is just a hallway of metal boxes
With
with
children
children in them. Now, to be fair, those metal boxes are bigger than most of the places I've lived in Los Angeles. To be fair.
I mean, it does look like Tyler's bungalow. It looks like in Breaking Bad when they build the underground meth lab where they had those people living.
Check this out right here. So now they've got what they call COVID guards that patrol the street. Look at these motherfuckers. Look how they march the street. They're all in the white suits.
Oh my God. Just testing people randomly?
Yeah.
And the fifth video we have for you tonight is from Zongstan City. It shows people running away with their luggage to catch the next bus out.
They're trying to get out because it's such a fucking crazy
Wait,
lockdown.
pause it. Zongstan
Yeah.
makes me think that might be Uyghur region.
Stan usually indicates it is a Islamic state. It could be a coincidence. Zong to me doesn't sound super Islamic to me. but
Yeah, no, what?
Zong.
What is Zong?
like a bong?
It's like a bong that
Is
has
a Z shape? Tyler,
I guess I could have guessed that.
Tyler and I are fucking losers, dude. Tyler and I are looking at a video of people fleeing a city, and we're like, Zong. Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, so this gets into the Olympics because I want to talk about that a
Yeah,
little bit.
I think they'll get into it in a
God,
second
this
here.
is horrifying.
When China does a lockdown, they don't fuck around. They don't go like, all right, everybody, lock down, but by the way, all the weed shops are still open. I mean, California is so fucking funny. We got our lockdown, but it was like the weed was up and running. People were fucking going wild. Yes,
Is there a cot, you think, in those metal boxes?
a cot? Oh, like a things. Honestly, that would seem generous to me that they would have a cot.
Because I was going to say, if they have sleeping accommodations and Wi-Fi, I could use the break.
You know what? I don't.
Honestly, like, put me in a metal box for a few days.
I don't disagree with you. I really don't. It's honestly the same reason why I'd like to go to prison for a couple of years.
They're just throwing jerk-off tissues through those bars. There's a pile of tissues outside your window.
That'd be dope if they put gas in, like in Old Boy, that like helps you sleep and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
It seems like a good thing. I'm. Here's what I'm saying.
Benadryl gas.
I'm saying we could learn a couple of things here. You know what I mean? I've seen a couple of kids running around my neighborhood that seem a little bit confident. You know what I mean? They don't seem scared at all.
These people are fleeing their own town.
I mean, by the way, just for the audio listeners, we're literally looking at a video of people sprinting with like their rolly luggage. Like these guys look like they're elementary school students late to third period.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get out of Zongstan into who knows where are they going? Guangdong? I mean, it's not. It's not
Mongolia,
like
maybe.
It's not like they share a border with Western Germany.
I know, right? Yeah. Wait, play.
And locked up for days or sent to quarantine over mere suspicion. These are 5 videos. There are many more stories of horror and torture as China tries to extinguish new outbreaks and ensure a COVID-free Winter Olympics.
Don't they look so cute?
To begin, by the way. And Xi Jinping does not want to take any chances. He's subjecting his people to harsh lockdowns, and they're firing back on social media. Let me share a few accounts with you. The first one is from a woman who suffered a miscarriage during the recently imposed lockdown in the city of Xi'an. She could not access a public hotline. She was not allowed to enter a hospital without a COVID test. She lost her baby. She shared this on Weibo, I'm quoting, "I don't understand why I could not get through at the public hotline and why I got
Given the runaround.
the runaround everywhere. Maybe ordinary people's lives are worthless."
Yeah, you get it.
Incidents like these have catalyzed public anger. People are tagging news outlets and journalists to share their plight.
Fucking zero coverage in America. Fucking zero coverage in America, dude. Isn't that fucking insane how little we talk about the fact that the biggest superpower in the world not only has concentration camps, but they're also just fucking subjecting their people to this?
Well,
Stop Asian hate! How about this?
I've always thought that Xi Jinping should, when criticized, when pushed on the Uyghur stuff, to be like, dog, we treat everybody like this. Why doesn't he just come out and be like, what are you talking about? You think this is any different from what I would do to any other person?
I guarantee you there are several people in China, several thousand people in China who probably think to themselves, some of the Uyghur stuff seems okay. Like, I wouldn't mind having that
get to sing
situation.
songs.
Yeah, they go to camp. That's nice. To fucking have a nice place to sleep. If you check out that second video I posted, Tyler, it'll actually show you a little bit more of an in-depth video with the metal boxes, because that's the thing that I think is the most fucking shocking thing I've ever seen in my life. We'll close it out on this, but check
How
this
much
out.
you want to bet China just gets 70% of the gold medals?
Oh, they have to, absolutely. And I think they're gonna honestly like earn them. I think that because it's like, I remember Saddam Hussein had this thing where like, it's such an Arab thing too, where he wanted to get like the weightlifting medal. He didn't want like any other medal but the weightlifting medal. I remember seeing this story about this guy who he got silver or something, and he got like shot in the head or something because he just didn't lift enough weights. So in America, it's like we have the privilege of losing. They don't fucking want to lose at all, dude.
He's like, you know how strong the Iraqi people are? See that guy over there?
Yeah.
He lifted more weights than anybody in the world.
We love that. Like, we love that he's got muscles. Like, my mom pointed this out to me the other day, and I never really thought about it. But Saddam Hussein was always in a military outfit to just give the illusion that he was always ready for war.
Yeah,
combat. I never really thought about that before.
Of course.
But think about how hilarious it is that to be in a country where the president was trying to convince you he was willing to go to war right now.
Yeah. I mean, it works. It's charming.
It's
a lot
true.
of medals.
It's true.
All right, let's get into these metal boxes here.
Check out. This is a little bit more kind of a more raw footage of the metal boxes.
What source is this?
Southern. Is this
South China News?
No, this is from some guy's Twitter account, Song PNQ. Look how they stick their heads out.
Oh my God!
Remember how everybody was singing COVID songs?
Yeah.
So we're just looking at,
China's
by the way,
zero COVID policy has turned into a nightmare for its citizens.
How many metal boxes do you estimate that we're looking at right
Several
now? By the way?
hundred.
Several hundred metal boxes. Where just Chinese citizens are just forced to live in these small cubes.
As per reports, the crammed metal boxes are furnished with a wooden bed and a toilet.
Is the toilet wooden too?
That's disgusting.
Look how they
You're not washing that up.
People
You
including predators.
gotta watch our YouTube just to check out the footage of these guys sticking their heads out their metal doors. I swear to God, prisoners in America have more rights.
China is taking such drastic preventative measures, even if a single person tests positive in a locality. Wow.
The entire place is locked down. Look, these people are just fucking trying to fucking
Apart from the
run.
metal boxes, people were caught trying to escape as buses line up to take them to quarantine camps.
In several areas, residents were told just after midnight that they need to leave their homes and go to quarantine centers.
Look how dreary their cities look, too.
I can't wait to go. I'm so excited to go.
Cities look so dreary.
20 million people are now confined to their homes and banned from leaving, even to buy food. China has imposed several draconian rules on its citizens under its zero COVID policy. We're looking at people like, I don't know, fight for seeds, it looks like.
Yeah, like cabbage or something.
It's all, look, man, it's all for fucking the Olympics. This is all for that.
It's cool. It's like he's like looking at the kids.
I know.
Yeah.
The kids look so cute.
Yeah, the other thing is like they're only allowing selective people into the Olympics. This is just they're just like making it so they can corrupt the Olympics even more.
Yeah.
Like I guarantee you China's going to have like all the medals.
Yeah.
All of the medals.
You know what, though? This is what people want from Biden. They're like, more tests.
Well, that's the other thing I was going to say. I was going to say this is what a quarantine is. A quarantine is really, really devastating. Like an actual quarantine is a very devastating thing.
What people want Biden to do, this is actually what they're doing, truthfully. I mean, you know, maybe people don't want the metal boxes, but like
I don't think people want that.
I guess
I don't think that's what they're asking for.
No, you're right.
This
you're
is what
right.
the Biden voter. What are you, Tucker Carlson?
You're so right. But by the way, you're right. You're right. But I'm saying these guys are equipped to. Honestly, if you want to do what people think that the quarantine will do, you have to do it like this. There's no other way to do it, is what I'm saying. The way we've been locking down or trying to lock down for the last 2 years, we never fully had a lockdown. There's no way to lock down. It's impossible to lock down.
It's impossible.
Unless you do this.
To not torture. You can't. A quarantine is it's a torturous experience because you need to be cut off from other people's air.
Yes, yeah. I'm not saying that people want Biden to do this. I'm saying people want this kind of control without realizing what that looks like.
Yes, I agree with that. I think that, I mean, but Xi Jinping, any chance he has to lock people up, he takes. So, I mean, it's so funny, too, because essentially, like, is it now agreed upon? I don't know. Maybe you follow this stuff more than I do, Tyler. Is it where is the world's stance on China creating COVID?
I feel like it's agreed upon.
Like
I think it's like now it's like everyone thinks it came from a lab.
Yeah, okay. So how funny is it they created this thing, and then it's just instead of like you think about it that they're attempting to shut down the rest of the world so that they could, but it wasn't that. It seems like they're using it to control their own people even more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It spread internationally, but they took that, like they created this thing, and now they have an excuse to just throw anybody they want in a box at any point.
A metal box with a wooden bed.
Do you think after experiencing that, you would speak up about anything after that?
Oh, not a fucking chance,
what I mean?
dude. That's why I want to move to
That is
China.
an iron fucking fist.
I think that I would do great in the Chinese, in the Xi Jinping administration.
I don't, because it's too unpredictable for me. Like I'm okay with being institutionalized. I'm okay, but I need to know what rules I can't. It seems like it's a little too random.
Yeah.
And that would make, and that's the point. You're supposed to be paranoid.
I like the chaos. I like being up on my tippy toes.
I'd
all day
rather
long.
take Skid Row chaos. You know, like where somebody throws liquid on you and you don't know what it is. That kind of chaos.
Yeah, but don't you think as a non-Chinese person, you get a great privilege over there? Where they're like, this guy might tweet something, or he might say something, or maybe someone will listen to this guy. This guy has a chance to be heard.
Well, I've told this on the podcast years ago, but my friends were they were in a band. They're all black women. They were called Sisters in the Pit. And when they went to China, they were on tour, but people just took pictures of them because they were black women.
Yeah, I had a friend who did the same thing.
Yeah,
He was a hip hop dude, didn't make it in America, went to China, and people were like, "So tall, like we love you, like let's take a picture with you." They loved them. They couldn't get enough of them.
Yeah.
What a
happened
good life.
in Thailand too, in the Navy. They kept calling my buddy Barack Obama. He was like,
You know what though? Respectable black guy to call you.
Yeah.
As a black guy, I would love it if people were like, "Hey, you remind us of the first president of the United States," like as opposed to like,
OJ
or Shaft or whatever. You know, like that's
OJ Simpson.
Yeah, Yeah, dude.
Bill Cosby.
I would love it if when I went to somewhere in like China, they were like, "Oh, Zayn Malik from One Direction." Like they pointed like a cool dude at me. Like, that'd be awesome, dude.
Dang, you can pull off some Zayn.
You know
Can't
what,
get
dude?
a sick haircut.
If I just get a sick haircut and lose like 50 or 60 pounds,
You look like you're in shape right now, dog.
it's a flattering shirt. It's a mess down there, dog. It's just a fucking.
You know what I found is that I'm in the gym 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a week right now, and I'm losing weight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what happens is that I had it nailed. I had just puffed up enough where everything was tight,
And
and now
you're
I'm losing weight. It's kind of dripping and sagging, and so I feel like I look worse because I'm losing weight.
And you start to lose, and you probably lose weight disproportionate to how you gain it. So you're not losing it in the right spot. Like sometimes, if you don't do it the right way, you'll like start to lose like your muscle mass.
I've lost 4 inches of
and-
cock. Yes, I'm just down to 8 now.
I was waiting. Like,
Tyler, question.
it's gonna be a little dick joke or a big dick joke. I don't know.
Question, Tyler. How many? Okay, how tall?
How many inches is your dick?
How tall are you? How tall are you?
Like 5'5".
5'5".
Like, so 5'4".
Do you find?
5'6" on my driver's license.
Do you find it a detriment as you try to approach ladies, and what do you find that the being short is a problem?
That's why I'm on Bumble, dude.
What
I
do you,
put my height on there.
you go?
and they have to talk to me first.
They got to talk to you first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what if I told you right now, every inch I take off your cock, I can add to your height? How many inches would you take off your cock?
0.
0?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I would give you. I mean, I'd like to hit 7 feet. I could still please a lady.
Yeah.
Give me, just take 11 inches off my cock.
That's how I feel. I'll take 12 right off my cock. I'll make my cock invert into my asshole. Just so deep inside of me. If I could just get
If
to
I
6
turn
foot
into a
2.
7-footer, my fucking finger is a giant cock. I can please you just by fingering
It's absolutely true.
you. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, what if your hands stay exactly the same? Tyler's hands.
Now you have a problem. Yeah, so you got a problem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
you
a
got
fucking snowman.
Yeah,
three twigs coming out.
Then Tyler will have to take a bunch of height off. He'll have to do a bunch of other. He'll have to take height off of his legs to put it into his hands.
Yeah,
and
yeah. They're
next
taking tibia pieces and making fingers out of them.
Next thing you know,
They have to hammer his finger to pieces to extend it.
Tyler,
Eventually, I'm just like a minion with a big head.
he ends up the same height but worse proportions.
Yo, you do look like a minion. Like if you had glasses.
Like they got turned into a human.
Yeah. That's cool though. People love minions.
Oh yeah.
They do.
Dude, fucking kids love minions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's who you really want to get.
And and parents. Remember Preacher's mom, comedian Preacher Lawson, his mom, when she first started her Instagram account, it was just minion memes. That's all it was.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And he's like, Ma, you gotta stop posting those minion memes.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny, dude.
She's like 60-year-old lady started Instagram to post minion memes.
People love those fucking guys. Where are they from? Are they from aren't they from like a
Pixar movie.
They're like from ancient times.
But I'm saying like, isn't it? Am I wrong that they didn't even have their own movie? Like, aren't they?
They have their own movies.
They have their own movie, but didn't
Yeah.
they start off as like a small character in a different movie?
Oh, like how the Jeffersons started on Mod.
Exactly.
Yeah, so-
Exactly. Yeah.
It was Despicable Me, and they worked for like a scientist.
And they were like, they weren't
were
even.
his minions.
Got it. Okay.
And then they got a spin-off
They
series.
had their own spin-off series, and it turns out they've been around since like ancient times
Yeah.
and working for evil people throughout history.
The little.
Working or enslaved?
No, willingly. Yeah.
Willingly.
They should have made those quarantine suits for the kids like look like minions. That would have been funny.
They would have those.
They would have loved that. Little Halloween costume.
Little Halloween costumes.
Remember when Trump had that kid on Halloween come up in a minion costume and he didn't know what to do with the candy bar and he just put it on his head? And it like fell off. He tried to walk away and it just fell to the ground.
Oh man.
Him having just human interactions is so hard for him.
I want to shed a tear. It's over, man. It's over for that guy. He'll never be what he used to be. But you know what, man? That's fine. That's fine. Like a good relationship, we just have to accept sometimes it's over, and
Yeah.
that's fine. And that's
Sometimes
fine.
the time you had is all the time you were promised.
It's all your promise, man. Really beautiful note to end on. If you want, let's see, follow the show, all that fun shit, show notes. I think we're gonna do it. This will probably be on the feed in the next week. I think we'll start the feed back up. But I'm gonna put this stuff up on the Patreon in a more timely manner. We've been getting some stuff out there, so we appreciate that. Follow Tyler on all social media platforms. Tyler's a huge TikToker now, so if you're on TikTok,
Yeah.
Follow Tyler there.
What do you lip sync?
Oh no, I'm just a lurker.
Dude, I would love if Tyler was making lip syncing videos.
I can't do it, dude. It's too much.
You remember that chick who got really famous lip syncing Trump, and then now nobody's ever heard of her again? She may be in one of those iron crates.
I did forget about her.
I think she's in one of the iron crates from Xi Jinping. I want to do that, but I want to mouth Xi Jinping's speeches.
I think that girl is probably just Kamala Harris's double now for speeches.
What the fuck happened to her? She
she had a Netflix special.
Yeah, she had a Netflix special where she was just lip syncing speeches or something, and nobody ever heard of her again.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the future of comedy.
I hope Trump fucking laid into her at some point.
I legitimately,
Loser.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody watches her TikTok. It stinks.
I'd lip sync her, but she's got no lines. Yeah, do I get credit for writing all her comedy?
That's so true.
Yeah.
Follow Bryan everywhere. Follow me everywhere. All that stuff will be in the show notes, as promised. Anything you got to plug, Bryan? Oh, go to Adrenaline at the Hollywood Improv.
January 28th, Friday, January 28th at 7:30. Hollywood Improv.
Yeah, and it'll be fantastic. Go to my website for all other for my show dates. I will not be coming to Fresno or San Diego anytime soon. Unless you're promising me $1 million for my time there.
I probably will be in Fresno soon, but I'll announce that later.
If you got nothing else to say, Bryan, I got nothing else to say. On behalf of me, Tyler, Bryan, and everybody at the blank blank nation, peace be unto the prophet.
Long live the lip syncing lady.
Sarah Cooper, is that a name?
I was gonna say Alicia Cooper.
Dude, so funny. Great.
Where do you hit stop on here? Is this stop?